Hello, and welcome back to my journey from normal to Norway. I just had this bizarre experience that I wanted to share with you because I just found it kind of funny. So, like I've said before, right before I film these videos, I sit here and I take some selfies and then I pick one that I'm going to use as like the little cover thumbnail picture thing for the video. So I took a few, I think like five maybe. But anyway, as I was like holding out my phone to take a picture of myself and like trying to align it the way I wanted it, I was looking at the image of myself on the screen and accidentally took this picture. And what's funny is it ended up being, I think, the picture I liked of myself the best. Like I thought I looked the best in that picture, but I was just like looking off to the side and like I don't know, I really strongly considered using it. Um but in the end I decided not to cuz I was just a little creeped out by it also cuz it was like where is she looking? Like is there a monster in the corner of the room? Um so anyway, you're not going to see that picture, but I kind of just enjoyed the outcome of it. So anyway, wanted to share that. Also, just going to acknowledge something I found bizarre today about my appearance. I don't know if you can tell, but I put my hair up in a ponytail, and kind of like my hair in this style, on this like high ponytail, and I got the fluffy bangs up front. But anyway, all of the long parts of my hair decided to hang out over here. So like I don't know. So it's just like all the short parts are chill, and like all the long part was like, let's go to the left side of Lauren's head today. So I don't know. I just kind of found that a little strange looking, but I thought for the most part, I was like, I'm not looking at myself all day. It's the other people who have to deal with it, and they're not going to care. But now it's just such a bizarre experience where, like, I'm looking into the camera part of my phone at you, but then I can just, like, shift my eyes over and, like, see the image of myself, and it's like, oh, what's up with the hair? Anyway. Um, but yeah, I'm excited to post this video tonight. I kind of specifically wanted to do it today because I kind of wanted to show off this like really awesome thing that my mom got me for Christmas. Good job, mom, by the way. Um, and it's this like 3/4 sleeve velvet over thingy that has like a patchwork of like various patterns. And then there's like also some like flowers embroidered on there. So I'm loving it. Wore it today for the first time and was very excited about that. So just wanted to, show it off a little bit to you. But speaking of fashion, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about that tonight. We're in 2020 in case you weren't aware the last couple of weeks. But yeah, the last video I posted was 2 weeks ago, which I can't not believe time has flown. Um, and I was thinking about just kind of like what I've been going through recently, the journey I'm on, and thinking back to like my first video of last year, which was all, self love, and where I bought myself some like real jeans for the first time in forever. And like, oh, I have worn those so much this year. I bought two pairs, but there's one in particular that I just like so loved and wore a bunch. And that was a big deal for me in 2019. Um, and then, as I kind of had said recently, in a video or two, that I was really starting to try to like just go down this route of um, like self love, of body positivity, of thinking about like non diety kind of things and health at every size, and like just really um, starting to go down this path that is just I think really good for me and making me feel just a lot better about life and better about myself and just making me feel more proactive about things. Because, like, I spent so much time thinking, I can't do the things that I want to do or the things that I want to happen won't happen until I look a certain way, until I lose a bunch of weight. And so it's just like on pause. Like, my life was just on pause, like waiting for that time to come. Um, and so it's great now, really thinking about like, I don't believe that like smaller bodies are inherently better than bigger bodies. Like, those are just lies that society has told us that, I've believed. And like, being in a smaller body does not automatically mean healthy, and being in a bigger body does not automatically mean unhealthy. And like, so I'm just really excited about that. And I had mentioned one podcast that I had listened to, which was the Trust Your Body Project. But then I've been listening to this other one recently, that started a couple years ago. So I'm, trying to get caught up, but absolutely loving it, called She's All Fat. And it's these two girls, these two friends. And it's phenomenal. Like, it's just really like so encouraging and affirming and supportive and uplifting and like, yes, I love. It's just helping me to um see myself more accurately and my worth, and really believe in those things, believe that I'm worthy, and that I'm beautiful. I hesitated to say that because it's still, I'm working on it, still trying to like have those really positive thoughts about myself and my appearance. But I am on the journey, working on it, getting there. So I kind of wanted to talk about that, and to recommend to all of you, um, whether you are in like the fat category or if you are an ally. I just really, I'm loving this. It's like it's opening my eyes to so many things. I'm learning a lot, and just feeling a lot better about myself, and about pursuing the life that I want, and believing that I am worthy exactly as I am, um, of having like that life, the happy, fulfilling, um, proactive, adventurous kind of life. So if you're interested in listening to that, highly recommend it. Again, it's called She's All Fat. Um, and then kind of like the last thing I wanted to talk about, which is going to be more like the title, I guess, what I imagine the title of this video will be, um, is just kind of talking more about that whole idea of like self love and clothing. Because I know this isn't true for everybody, but it's been a big deal for me in my life. That I love clothes. I love fashion. I feel like I have, well, of course I feel like I have good taste. I am myself, but whatever. I've always been interested in that, but as long as I've seen myself as being, overweight or whatever, um, I have not thought that I was worthy of being in clothes that I would be excited about, that I could feel good in. All the clothes that I looked at and thought, that's the goal. I would think, well, that's not going to work for me how I am right now. Like that wasn't made for me, and that meant there was something wrong with me. Whereas now it's like, that means there's maybe something wrong with the clothes, or there's nothing wrong with either of us. That like that's not a good or a bad thing. That like some clothes work for some people and some don't work for others. Like that's not a good or a bad thing. That's a neutral thing. So it's just kind of giving me a lot more like freedom, with my clothing choices and how I feel about those choices. Um, and it's just making me like excited about clothes for myself in a way that I don't think I've been for a very long time. And I love that, like how I feel in the thing that I'm wearing today. Like I was excited to wear it, to go out into the world and to show it to people, to be seen in it. And I want more of that. I think we all deserve more of that. I mean, whether you're someone who is into fashion or not, whether you care about clothes or not, like every single one of us deserves to feel comfortable and um, feel like beautiful and attractive, and yeah, we all deserve to feel good in what we're wearing, to feel good in our own skin as we like move about in the world. So I'm just excited to be like getting some more of that in my life. And Yeah, which kind of leads me to my last point, which, so last year, my big thing, which it was the very beginning of the year, so I didn't realize that it was going to be the big thing for the year, but getting those real jeans, and wearing them a bunch out in the world where people could see me, that was a big deal, and that was, I would say, a success, because I really enjoyed wearing them, and I still wear them, and I wear them a bunch, and I feel good in them, and I feel fashionable in them. Um, so, similar vein, I guess I'll say my kind of like big self love fashion goal for myself this year. For myself, that was repetitive, whatever. Moving on. Um, which won't come about until, summertime, until it's warmer, but here in LA, that's going to be sooner rather than later. Is shorts. Ooh, that's a big one. I have not worn shorts um in a couple of decades, maybe. I think since middle school. Um and or actually maybe elementary school. I think the year that I was going into middle school, for some reason, oh god. Um my Either my school or my district made a change to the what's it called, like dress code, I guess, rules, that like we were no longer allowed to wear shorts to school. And I think it had to do with like, you know, it was like totally shaming girls, like little girls, children, like middle school children, because, they were wearing shorts that were too short. So my sister, who's a year older than I am, her sixth grade year in middle school, they got to wear shorts, but when I came around, we couldn't. And I remember actually being like happy about that, because like I was not loving how I looked in shorts and how I felt in shorts. And so I was like, great, none of us can wear them. Like, awesome. But it was just like such a sad thought for like a little girl to have about herself. Mm. What I would love to go back and change a lot of those thoughts that I had about myself. Anyway, I can change, adult me, make life better for me. Um, so, but even when, like, outside of school and then after school, like college and on, um, you know, people wear shorts a lot. I live in a hot place. It happens. And I just have really held myself back from doing that. I've like restricted um, myself from doing that because I thought I wouldn't look good in them, and like I wouldn't want to like have those thoughts about me being gross in them, and I wouldn't want to allow others to have the thought of me being gross in them, like almost like it would be like disgusting and like my fault for like inflicting the sight of me in shorts upon the world. Like what? That's so ridiculous. Like that's awful. So I've decided, as I'm like I have the success of wearing the jeans, and like I'm on this, road of like self-love and body positivity, and like so continuing on that, my like next big like goal for myself, challenge to myself, however you look at it, um is, summer 2020, like I'm going to be buying some shorts. I'm going to get some that like I feel good in, and I'm going to wear them out in the world in front of other people a lot. And yeah, it is going to happen. I'm saying it here. So there's like accountability. Other people have heard me say it, they know. Um, and yeah, it's going to be months away from now, but I'll try to remember and like report back to you on how that goes. But even just like having the intention of doing that is a big deal for me. So I'm excited about that. Looking forward to my next big act of self love through fashion. Um, yeah, so as always, this video has gotten longer than I thought it would, but thanks for watching. And I would love to hear from you. What is like the next tangible way that you can show yourself self love, that you can love yourself, especially if you're interested, through clothing, through fashion, but it doesn't have to be that. But just come up with something tangible, real, doable, a way that you can express self love, and share it with me so that we can chat and, yeah, share those stories. I think that would be great. So that's it for me right now. I hope that you're doing well, and I will be back with you soon. Until then, as always, Hada.